Okay, so this is a big change. We've been talking for months and months and months about how Democrat this, Democrat that, news person this, news person that have been trashing Bernie Sanders, pretending he doesn't exist or saying he doesn't matter, he's not a viable candidate. Well, Hardlands Media has been saying for over a year that that's not true, and we are pleased to announce the mainstream Democratic Party is beginning to take our opinions on this seriously. So let's begin. So suddenly Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign is being taken seriously. For months, the Vermont senator was written off by the Democratic Party insiders as a candidate with a committed but narrow base who was far too left to win the primary, even though they always complain that primaries are far too much to the left anyway, regardless. Elizabeth Warren had skyrocketed in the polls and seemed to be leaving him behind in the race to be progressive voters. Standard bearer in 2020. Again, we said a while back that that was short-lived, and it turned out to be. But in the past few weeks, something has changed. In private conversations and on social media, Democratic officials, official operatives, and pundits are reconsidering Sanders' chances. Well, that's kind of them. So it may have been inevitable that eventually you have two candidates representing each side of the ideological divide of the party. A lot of smart people I've been talking to lately think that there's a very good chance that those two end up being Biden and Sanders. Now, we've put a little less stock in Biden than that, but we've always kind of said that that seems reasonable. I know the Hill has been saying that that point for a long time as well. This is David Brock, who, of course, was in 2016 a bloody baron of sorts against progressives, who founded the pro-Clinton super PAC and in the 2016 campaign. And they said they've been proven very resilient. And you'll see a lot of this as I keep going through the article, that a lot of these people are like, oh, he actually has a base of support, and they're loyal to him. I never. Let's keep listening to what they say. I feel like a lot of this is stuff you could have listened to us a year ago about, or a number of other progressive channels. Anyway, I believe people should take him very seriously. He has a good shot of winning Iowa, a very good shot of winning New Hampshire, and other than Joe Biden, he has the best chance of winning Nevada, said Dan Piffer, who served as an advisor to former President Barack Obama. And this wasn't in the article, but I read it somewhere else. I wanted to add this in. That we covered like a couple weeks ago, how the news has been saying that Barack Obama will stand up and try and stop Bernie Sanders if he goes too far, because someone talked to someone that knew Obama, and he said Obama might have said or inferred something at some point. So we had a thing on that, and there was another article I read recently that said Bernie campaign reached out to Obama, and he's like, no, I'm just going to support whoever. So there, take that. Just throwing that in there.
Whoever wins the nomination.
Whoever wins the nomination, right. Obama will support, yeah. He could build a real head of steam heading into South Carolina and Super Tuesday. He's right now doing very well in California. California State Senator Scott Wiener, who defeated a Sanders-backed Democrat for his seat in the liberal-heavy San Francisco area in 2016, said Sanders has been more resilient than I anticipated. But in retrospect, he added, he has a very, very loyal following, and people have really stuck with him. In retrospect. Not like you could... Sanders is in second place in national polls, nearly 9 percentage points behind Biden. According to the most recent Real Clear Politics average, he is the highest in Iowa, first in New Hampshire. The latest CNN poll found he has the highest net favorability rating of any Democratic presidential candidate. If you really think about it, Bernie, and this is a little bit of a shift where they kind of like throw in some other stuff. Now, I want you guys to read this in chat and tell me if this makes any sense. This rings true. If you really think about it, Bernie hasn't been hit a lot with anything. It's not like he's gotten hit by other campaigns, said the New Hampshire director of Pete Buttigieg's campaign. Yeah, Bernie Sanders. No one's attacked him like Pete Buttigieg up to about a month ago. Feeling a little sour grapes in that statement. He can't win the nomination, says Matt Bennett, co-founder.
Nomination?
Nomination. What did I say?
Nomination.
He probably can't win the nomination either, according to Matt Bennett, or the nomination. The co-founder of the center-left center left, giant quotations, the group Third Way. You know, those center leftists at Third Way, they're definitely not Republicans in disguise. I promise, I promise, I promise. Added that Sanders' uptick is simply him bouncing around between the ceiling and the floor a bit more than people had thought he would. Well, there you have it. Paul, what do you think of this?
I mean, this is the mainstream press, feigning surprise at them actively not doing their job, right? So they've been actively maligning the Bernie Sanders campaign, ignoring him, putting out poll figures on the air that have, are either weeks old or intentionally have him out of order or omitting him from headlines. It's been deliberate. And for them to be like, oh, golly gee willikers, looks like he's been doing well all this time. Might have to take him seriously. It's just like, I don't know what to think of it really, because it's like, okay, well, are you like the super naive person that's like, I think I have a scoop, I could talk about this, and someone's like, yeah, fine, write it. Or are you the super cynical byline writer who is like, I'm going to feign ignorance this entire time and then use this to sow some seed of future doubt. And then you have to like scour the entire article to figure out like what could he be alluding to? What might he know that something that might happen in the future that this might look bad? I don't even, this is dumb. This is just some other breadcrumb for somebody else who hates Bernie Sanders to be like, I knew he was unelectable all along. This is not journalism. This was a story 2 years ago.
I'm actually going to be the pessimist on this one. Surprise, surprise. So I think that this could also be used as a way to signal to people, guys, stop Sanders. Other campaigns, start attacking him. He's gaining too fast. He's doing too well. He has a shot at winning. You guys got to stop this right now.
We can't plug up the dam fast enough. The media can't do it on its own. That's what a cry for help to the campaigns. Like, I know you were keeping it easy on the Bernie Sanders so far and making sure that we just ignored him enough or, maligned him enough. But now, come on, guys, the knives have to come out. That's your take?
I think
reasonable.
I think that I'm just because you gave the optimistic take, I'm going to give the pessimistic one. If you had given that take, I would be giving your take.
The optimistic take being they're just naive.
No. The optimistic take is that
they're trying to plant a landmine.
No. That's not the optimistic take. The optimistic take is that they realize that he has a chance at winning, so they're starting to bow down because they don't want to be excluded if he's a president.
Need to maintain a little bit of access, little access journalism going on. That's the best case scenario. That is by far the best. I don't think that that's the reality.
Yeah, I think that that's a little too naive.
Yeah.
But it's something. So, yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, the motivations behind this article. I mean, the real story on our end is, hey, we've been getting this right for 2 years.
Hard Lens Media, taking it all the way.